So in this module, we're going to go over how to set up your business profiles and some of the best practices when it comes to setting yourself up for success. So this module will cover the basic setup steps for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So when we set up our social accounts for our business, we need to make sure they're as well set up as possible to give us the best chance for success. Most major platforms will need at least the following to set up a profile: profile pictures and cover photos, a description of your business, links to your website, a descriptive about us section, and hours of operation if applicable. Let's have a look at the major platforms individually to see what steps we can take to optimize them, as they each have different requirements and things to consider. So let's start with Facebook. To set up and optimize your Facebook business page, you'll need a profile picture. This should be square and at least 180 by 180 pixels, but feel free to go larger. It should be visible and readable when viewed at 36 by 36 pixels, as this is how it shows in a mobile newsfeed. Make sure it has your visual branding, including your logo and color palette. Next is a cover photo. A nice cover photo is a great way to make your page more eye-catching. The cover photo displays at 820 by 312 pixels on desktop and 640 by 360 pixels on mobile phones. It must be at least 400 by 150 pixels, but again, feel free to go larger than that. You can try changing out your cover photo seasonally or when your business has important news.
So the next thing we're going to want to do is to enable a custom URL or username. This will help people find us more effectively. So if we go to our settings on our page, as part of the general page settings here, we have the opportunity to create a username. This also creates a custom URL, which is facebook.com/our page. So this has a couple of benefits. You can use this URL directly, and people can actually just type it into a browser and find you straight away. The other benefit as well is if people are searching within Facebook, making our username as close to our page name as possible will help make it easier for people to search us up in Facebook. So the next thing we want to do is complete our description field. So there are two areas that we can do this. On the front of our page, there's the bio section. Now this only has a short number of characters that we can actually use. But if we go to the about section and details about you, there's a much larger about you section that you can use here. Now original content here helps your page rank higher. It's also a good idea to run your brand name through a semantic analysis tool like textoptimizer.com to come up with the most relevant content to craft your description. If your brand is new, you could even try using a competitor's brand name and using some of their keywords. Now, while we're in the About section, we're actually going to go and add our website as well, which is the last of the must-haves for your profile. Obviously, this one's pretty self-explanatory. We always want Facebook users to get to our site easily. Now, a bonus tip here is to also link to your Facebook page from your website. This will help that page rank higher for your business name and helping with your reputation management efforts. So in the About Us section, you just click on the pencil next to your website address and pop in the address that you want. You can also then take the opportunity here to add links to other social profiles as well on Instagram, etc. Just to make sure that all of your different accounts are all connected together.
So apart from the major components listed previously, there's also more information that you can and should look to add. Things like your business contact details, like your phone number and email address, your business category, or a brief list of your products or additional description information. When setting up a Facebook page, it's also important to choose the right template. Facebook offers pre-made page templates to help you optimize your page for the types of business you're running. So make sure to choose the one that best matches your business.
So the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our call to action buttons set up. So under your cover profile, there are these three dots. We open this and there is an option here for add action button. So once we click through that, it gives us some different options for how we want this call to action button to work. We can either get people to support us through things like booking or getting tickets. We can get people to contact us through Messenger or email, phone number, through a website contact form, or we can get people to learn more about us, maybe go to our website or watch a video. So I'm going to choose learn more, and I'm going to link this through to my website. So once we've done that, that's pretty much it. Now, we can't actually see the call to action button when we're looking in management mode, but if you click on the three dots again and click view as, this will show you what your page looks like to just a general member of the public coming to view it. And you can see here that this contact us button is now up and available for people to see.
Feel free to experiment with different call to actions. Create a new one when you have a promotion, when you create a new video or lead magnet, etc. Just don't do it too often. You need some time to accumulate data to compare the performance of different call to actions. So Instagram has a more pared back style than Facebook, but there are still things that we can look to do to optimize it and give ourselves the best chance at success.
So once we're in our Instagram profile, we can tap on Edit Profile and we can look at the things that we can change. So the first thing we'll look at is the profile picture, which we can see up here. So we can choose to edit our picture, and you can either import it from Facebook or create a new one. Now these need to be at least 320 by 320 pixels, but they do display at 110 by 110. When choosing a profile picture, make sure that it's one that conveys what your profile is about at a glance with strong branding or clear imagery. And just remember that it actually displays as a circle. So the next thing we're going to look at is our username and our Instagram name. Now these may sound the same, but they're actually two different things. So our username is the part here that comes after the @ symbol in our profile, whereas the actual name, as we can see here, is the one that shows inside our profile here. So to ensure that people can find you, you want to make sure that the name on Instagram is in fact your name if you are using a personal creator account, not just your Instagram username. Because people who search for you on Instagram will use your real name or your company's name, and matching your name to your Instagram handle can actually decrease your searchability if they're not the same. So because Instagram also use keywords for searching, putting a keyword in your name can actually help with searchability as well. So we can see here our name is Mosh Social Media. Obviously people who will search for us will be looking for social media, so those keywords are in there as well. So also incorporate target keywords in your description. Because your Instagram bio has less than an eye blink to make a great first impression, making that bio easy to scan helps people quickly understand what you're all about. So for optimal scanning, target keywords are your best friends because they can clarify what type of content people will find on your account. So you can see here we've got social media marketing in our bio. You should also take advantage of Instagram's feature that enables you to add hashtags and profile links and emojis to your bio as well. We've also got the opportunity to add links here, so definitely take advantage of this. Now, if you're wanting to have multiple links in here, a good option is to use a link aggregator like Linktree. We use one called Skedlink, and what that does is that allows you to have multiple links in your bio that you can click through on just one click. You can see here. Now I've got multiple links that I can actually show people, but they've only clicked through that one link in my actual Instagram profile.
Make sure to choose the right business category that matches best what you do, and if you have a linked Facebook and Instagram business page, make sure the categories match each other. Even more stripped back than Instagram, TikTok has its own challenges in that the bio is super sparse, but there are still some things to think about when setting it up.
So when we're updating our TikTok profile, there's a few things we want to look at. So obviously the first thing is our photo. So all the same considerations for Instagram apply here. You want to use high quality images that are okay to be viewed as circular and at a small size on a mobile phone. You've also got your name and username. All of the same considerations for Instagram apply here. Now with your bio, however, you've only got 80 characters, so you need to make them count. Tell your followers who you are, what you do. Make sure that they don't have to rely on just the videos on your profile to be able to understand what you do. Use your language in engaging ways, make it compelling, and get your brand value or purpose across as efficiently as you can. Also, look to use emojis. Almost every TikTok bio has them in there. Helps you further emphasize your brand's personality, and you can showcase your products or services without taking up too much space in your bio. You can also use them to tell people what to do. So, you can use them to point to links or point to other social profiles such as your Instagram account, and use them as ways of directing people to do those certain things. You can also add a call to action there as well. So like any good social media bio, you should have a call to action in there somewhere. This tells your visitors exactly what you want to do. So for us, we want them to check out our Instagram or check out our website. You can also add links to bios if you choose to use a TikTok business account. Then that allows you to have a native link on your bio. Now, again, this only allows us to link to one place. So Linktree or Skedlink or another one of those link aggregator platforms may be a good tool here.
So moving on to LinkedIn. LinkedIn has much more space for customization and optimization, much more similar to Facebook than Instagram or TikTok. Your workbooks have step-by-step instructions on how to create your page, so let's have a dive into how to set it up for the best chance of success. So now that we've created our page, we're going to go in and I'm going to show you how to edit some of the settings and add the extra detail that we need. So if we click on edit page from our company page main section, here are all the things that we can update. So obviously you want to add things like URLs to your website. You want to say what industry you're in, highlighting your company size. Basically all of these boxes through your overview, you want to include all of these. You also want to make sure that you have your specialties in here. So these specialties are searchable and people will be looking for them, using them as search terms. So making sure that all the keywords that we've identified are used in here. You also want to look at your page info. So here you've got things like your page's name, and also again, you've got your vanity URL, so you can set that to whatever you would like that to be. You have your page logo. So when people are discovering you, this is your essentially matches your profile picture and shows you the in the search results. And you want to have your little taglines. So when people are looking at your page in search results, this is the first thing they see here. Now, in terms of our profile picture and our cover photo, obviously we want to have a great profile image and a banner. So when we look at our profile picture, all of those same considerations need to apply, right? This is the first thing that people see when they're searching for you on LinkedIn. So making sure that it's a recognizable logo and that showcases what you can do. So we can see that in here. Also with your cover photo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into this view as member so you can see what it looks like to someone who actually comes to our page. So you can see how our profile picture and our cover photo, they match, they're on brand. It also makes it nice and straightforward. It showcases what we're all about. You can see here, this is where that tagline that we talked about before appears. What you also want to do is write a really compelling about us section, right? So, we've talked here about how we live and breathe social media. You want to make sure that you're using all of about the 2,000 characters that you get to use here. So you want a tightly worded paragraph telling visitors everything they need to know about your company. Now, you want to use simple and accessible language here, informed by keyword research, again, to outline your business goals in words that anybody will understand. Ultimately, you want your About Us section to tell your company story and help people see the value of your product or services. So there's a few things that should really answer, right? Who are you? Where are you based? What services do you offer? What are your values? What's your brand voice? And how can people contact you to learn more? So you'll be able to see that all of these are set up here in this profile. So we've set up our accounts. Let's recap the most important things that all these platforms need and make sure we've checked them all off. So you've got profile pictures and cover photos where applicable. So a fleshed out description with business related keywords and emojis where appropriate. We've got links to our website, whether that's through the link in our bio, call to action buttons, or Linktree accounts. We've got our About Us content that is descriptive and tells our target audience all they need to know about our business. And then our hours of operation, if applicable. So now that our accounts are set up and ready to go, it's time to figure out what we're actually going to talk about. So we'll see you in the next one.